Recently, I posted a video about those who are loudly protesting churches being opened. There's a demonic element to that. And shortly after that, Father James Martin posted a tweet about how he thinks churches should continue to remain closed. A lot of the Catholic liberals are in favor of keeping churches closed. But in this video, I want to talk more about the demonic attack on the family. Now, if you take a look, there's a lot of dioceses that are opening up churches. Most of them are, in fact. And a lot of them have ridiculous restrictions. You can see a lot of those on Twitter or wherever. You can go to parish websites and see these stupid restrictions. What I wanted to focus on was number restrictions. So a lot of parishes are saying we can only have 25% capacity in our churches, or we can only have 25 people in our churches. So take, for example, a Catholic family with 10 kids, so a husband and a wife and 10 kids. And it is a common thing to see large families at Latin Masses in particular. But we'll just take this family of 12. If there's a 25-person limit, that's almost half of the entire limit. So if you count 3 more families of 5, so 2 parents and 3 kids each in each of those 3 families, if you include those 3 families with the family of 12, that number exceeds the 25-person limit. What you have there is 4 families. So are these churches offering extra masses? Is the bishop giving priests the opportunity to say extra Latin masses to accommodate the large families? In most cases, I would say no. And this is why I call that a demonic attack on the family. Except there are places like a church in Maine, which I will link the article below, in which they prohibited children from under 13 years old from attending Mass. So I would say that's even more of a demonic attack on the family. So you're telling me that children under 13 years old should not attend Mass until you say it's okay for them to attend Mass. And meanwhile, in some places the SSPX offered parking lot Masses. Don't you think it would be reasonable for these bishops to try to come up with something like that? Parking lot Masses, outdoor Masses, something where they won't have to worry about restrictions for gatherings inside buildings? But instead they banned the lay people from attending Masses. They locked them out of the churches for private prayer. And all the lay people get is a letter from the diocese asking for more money. I think it's time we start considering redirecting our donations to monasteries. I would highly recommend redirecting those donations to traditional monasteries who say the Latin Mass. I've mentioned on several videos I think things are going to get crazy. Unfortunately, things have gotten worse than they were before the virus shut everything down. Now you have priests passing out communion with tweezers. Lay people are recommended that they take their mask off with one hand, receive communion in the other hand, and pop it into their mouth like a piece of gum. So I'm saying besides the demonic inspiration of shutting down public masses, there's also a demonic attack on large families. And with the restrictions being put in place by different parishes, you can tell which ones support Catholicism and which ones support modernism.